Imagine this. You're 24 years old, fresh out of college. You land your first job, the kind your parents proudly tell their friends about. But then payday arrives, and something strange happens. You get your first salary, and within 5 days, it's gone. Not on rent, not on groceries, but on random Amazon purchases, 3 nights out, and a celebration weekend getaway. You're broke again. Payday becomes dread day, and the cycle repeats. That was me. Until one night, sitting on my $89 IKEA couch, I typed something desperate into Google, how to stop being broke, and buried in a Reddit thread, I found a name, Ramit Sethi, a guy who said something outrageous. You can spend extravagantly on the things you love as long as you cut costs mercilessly on the things you don't. That line didn't just stick, it rewired me. Today, I live debt-free. I invest more than I spend, and I eat sushi guilt-free because it's part of my rich life. And in this video, I'm going to show you how Ramit Sethi's book, I Will Teach You to Be Rich, can do the same for you. So sit tight, because this isn't about penny pinching or skipping coffee. This is about building a life of freedom, confidence, and yes, wealth. Welcome to MindTap Summaries. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Why most of us are clueless about money. We weren't taught this stuff in school. We can solve for X in algebra, but can't explain a Roth IRA. Most of us learn money the hard way, through overdraft fees, declined credit cards, and waking up in cold sweats over student loans. Ramit begins the book by addressing this financial illiteracy head-on. He isn't here to judge you. He's here to snap you out of your fog. And he does it with brutal honesty. Most people are so intimidated by their finances that they do nothing. Then they rationalize it by saying, "I'm not good with money." Sound familiar? But here's the truth. You don't need to be an expert. You just need a system. And that's what this book is all about. A 6-week plan to automate your money, eliminate debt, and start investing without living like a monk. Let's dive into the plan. Chapter 2, Week 1. Optimize your credit cards. Credit cards aren't evil, but most of us use them like toddlers with scissors. Ramit teaches you how to pick the right credit cards, get the best rewards, and avoid paying a dime in interest. He also reveals a shockingly simple script you can use to negotiate late fees and even increase your credit limit. The real gold? He shows you how credit scores work and how to game them in your favor. Quick tip: pay your card on time. Keep your utilization below 30%. Don't close old cards. They help your credit age. By the end of Week 1, you won't just be using credit cards, you'll be milking them. Chapter 3, Week 2. Beat the banks. Banks are in the business of making money off you, not with you. Most traditional banks give you 0.01% interest and charge $35 overdraft fees for fun. Ramit's advice? Switch to high-yield online banks. He gives you a checklist: no fees, high interest, at least 2% APY, great customer service. It's not sexy, but it adds up. I made $74 in interest last year just by switching banks. For doing nothing. That's passive income. Chapter 4, Week 3. Get ready to invest. This is where people panic. Investing feels like walking into a casino. Stocks, bonds, index funds. But Ramit breaks it down beautifully. You don't need to be Warren Buffett. You just need to start. He recommends low-cost index funds like Vanguard's Total Stock Market VTSAX. Why? Because they beat 90% of actively managed funds, and they cost almost nothing. He also explains the order of operations. Then, max out your 401k, especially if there's a match. Max out your Roth IRA. Then invest in taxable brokerage accounts. Automate it. Forget about it. Let compound interest do the work. Chapter 5, Week 4, Conscious Spending Plan. This is where Ramit flips the script. Budgeting doesn't have to mean suffering. Instead of tracking every penny, Ramit gives you the conscious spending plan, a flexible structure that looks like this. 50 to 60% fixed costs, rent. Bills, 10% investments, 5 to 10% savings, 20 to 35% guilt-free spending. Yes, you read that right. Guilt-free. This is the sushi budget, the travel fund, the sneakers you don't need but love. It's not about deprivation. It's about prioritization. Look, watching this summary is great, but reading a summary is not the same as building a rich life. You have two choices. Close this tab and go back to your old habits, or take one step. Just one. Automate a payment. Open a high-yield account. Read the book. Your rich life won't build itself, but it can start today. If this summary helped you, like the video, subscribe to MindTap Summaries, and comment below. What does your rich life look like? Until next time, build wisely. Live richly.